There are two ways this can end for me. I jump the gun on a game after seeing a few trailers, zombie footage, and playing the multiplayer beta. And in response, you guys kick the chair from underneath me, sending me to the pits of hell to rot for eternity. Or I stand on business, cook hard, everybody cheers, and I unzip my pants, and every time I walk into a room, everybody gobbles my wiener. So somebody pull up my pants. Watch this. Black Cock 6. Treyarch returned into the Call of Duty limelight, taking Cold War and doing a Minecraft duplication glitch with it.
I'm Steve.
Actually, I don't remember doing any of this in Cold War at all. Or this. Or whatever is going on here. Let's get one thing straight. I am no Call of Duty meat rider, okay? No one has ever given me any hush money, so when I'm talking about Black Ops 6, just remember it's coming from someone who experienced this, and that, and loved every second of it, whilst also at a point playing this. Oh, for fuck's sake. And this, and questioning why I even still play this game anymore. You sweaty prick. Without going into too much detail, because, yeah, I want to save a bit of this talk for when the game actually comes out. Yeah, I know, sorry, I am trying to be a YouTuber. I have pure hatred for the direction Call of Duty has gone in these past couple of years. Wow, I know, shock horror. The 21-year-old that finishes every video off with, "I'm not a kid anymore, new game bad," thinks that COD is truly washed. I know, how brave. I'm aware of why I don't like it, just from a gameplay standard, but there's also so many other reasons. Microtransactions, content, progression system. I just truly think the franchise has become the most directionless.
General Shepard sends his regards.
Big Chungus sends his regards.
Blandest, stalest fucking chore of a video game, where its biggest saving grace is, hey, you know Rust? You know Terminal? We're doing that again. Hey, wouldn't it be cool if you brought back this guy? No! How about you do your own fucking work for once? And don't even get me started on Warzone, okay? They absolutely destroyed the multiplayer we once knew. Actually, that's not even Warzone's fault. It's Activision. You can have a battle royale and also a separate, fully functional multiplayer. Yeah, maybe not. It's just why bother having both when you can take millions and millions of dollars in with idiots buying all this blueprint bullshit. MW2 2022 was shit. MW3 2023 charged me another 60 quid for the same experience I got the previous year, but with maps from a 14-year-old game squeezed into it, because they are so bankrupt for ideas. But let's just put a pin in that for a second. Black Ops 6, Treyarch releasing once again that you're gonna have to use the Black Ops name for marketing purposes if you wish to achieve anything with Call of Duty.
Here I come.
They did it with Cold War, and they've done it again here. And yeah, I might have had a little cry, a little whine, a little boo-hoo, a little baby Shrek. But I too suck into the hype surrounding a franchise that I fully know well does not give a shit about people like me. Oh my god, Saddam Hussein, Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady's gonna be fighting zombies. Yeah, that is not happening.
I can't believe it. Someone said it was dead.
The multiplayer is my thing when it comes to Call of Duty. I really do love the zombies, but if someone had a gun to my head, I would die on the hill that I love drop shotting, noob tubing, and saying the occasional naughty word, unless you're someone that wants to sponsor this video.
Please.
So imagine my shock when I find out they're revamping the movement system once again, adding omnidirection, fucking dolphin diving, Max Payne midair. You get the picture. It's like such an easy dunk for anyone looking for a quick bag to see this and go, game isn't like old gameplay, so game bad. Yeah, this movement is shit, but there are real reasons why this is shit. And I'm not gonna lie to you and die on a hill saying this gameplay's bad, because I know that in 5 years' time, people are gonna glaze the fuck out of it. Yeah, fuck exosuits, fuck Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare. And now BO3 is suddenly the best multiplayer of all time, and Titanfall 2 simultaneously was the most overslept on game ever, whilst everyone at the time complained and wanted boots on the ground. And yeah, maybe a year ago when I saw people sliding around in Warzone too much on my Twitter feed, I thought, okay, this BO6 movement, it's going to be abysmal. And that's why these betas exist, so they can gauge how the public are going to feel on this direction.
This guy stinks!
You know, it pains me to say it, but oh my god, the gameplay is really fucking fun. One of the most notable features is that when you lie down, you can now have a complete 360 movement, revealing your feet. And yeah, this might benefit campers to some degree because you might not think that's a player because he looks like a spark on the floor. But with time getting used to it, and I got used to it, I found it freeing that there wasn't some stupid thing saying prone blocked when I drop shotted, because yeah, I am that guy. I really like the fluidity to it, and I would honestly like to see it in pretty much every FPS game. The throwing yourself off a balcony gimmick was fun whilst I was firing my gun in the air, and it really didn't feel like it was giving me a big advantage when doing it because of how inaccurate you can be shooting midair, or when I was launching myself past corners. I think there was a major concern with the gameplay because the movement sweats would charge in and ruin the game, and from what I played, that really wasn't the case at all. I think I came across one guy and I had a sniper, so I was just fucking cooked from the get-go. I know the vultures have been getting their 100k like tweets trying to prove everyone's premonitions about the gameplay.
skipper.
But trust me, there are going to be losers that take advantage of that gameplay mechanic in every Call of Duty. Yeah, so no surprise, there are a minority of people that play like this in the beta.
Flank dead, flank dead, flank dead.
Nice. I'm watching bar.
UE, I got by you. Got a UE.
Fucking call-outs, man. Are you serious? What are you doing? So yeah, I did like this. And after a few practice rounds and me twisting my fingers like a fucking pretzel to allow me to utilize this movement on my keyboard and mouse, because it was difficult at first. Oh, just use a controller. No, it's for FIFA, Rocket League, third-person games. Not Call of Duty. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is an Activision game. So the gameplay was probably the only highlight amongst an array of problems. Time to kill is pretty abysmal in this game. And I'm gonna tell you, and you're gonna be cracking up at what the solution for this problem is. One of my favorite Call of Duties is Black Ops 3. Zombies is unreal, multiplayer just as good. So good in fact that I even made a whole 40-minute video back when my editing would pass the brain rot allegations. And from then on we've had Infinite Warfare where we've spent £100 on the game just so we can leave it on ready to install and play the remake of COD 4 instead. And then Black Ops came with the fourth one, and little me thought, we're so back. And then the time to kill was absolutely ridiculous, turning the game into a fucking hero shooter. No one in a game where it's fundamentally spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die should be getting away with this many bullets being fired into them. And yeah, that is what happened. Cold War also had a fairly weighty time to kill, and BO6 has that also.
This is Playboy Carti from Spotify.
Yes, sir. And just to set the record, okay, I don't mind a bit of that. I'm not advocating for whatever happened in fucking Modern Warfare 22. That was incredibly frustrating and shit. But we gotta find that balance before the game feels like Halo with an overshield or playing Hotline Miami. Because yeah, it's kind of shitty in this game and frustrating to put an entire mag into a player. Brilliant. Only for him to dolphin dive out the way and hide. Or when you're sneaking up on 3 guys and you're only able to kill one of them because the other 2 just turn around. Yeah, I actually did have gameplay of this, but the fucking launcher sucks with Shadowplay. So I just want to show you how cracked I am to actually rise above this problem. It reminds me of the culture shock I had when I was playing Halo MCC on the PC because I grew up on those older Call of Duties. And I expect that if 4 people don't see me, I'm gonna get a quad feed and I'm gonna put it on my gaming channel. And this is a problem for Treyarch to sort out because it's not an easy thing to balance. There's new movement in the game. Do you increase the time to kill so people don't just slide around a corner and kill you that easily? But then that also means it's harder for people to kill people who are sliding around the place because you miss a lot of the bullets anyway. And if they want to solve it, maybe having stims in the game isn't the way forward. Can we just be gone with this adrenaline to go nonsense, Nuka-Cola, prime Allier competitive bullshit that is? Like I mentioned, however, though, there is a solution to the problem and it requires money. A big pre-order, in fact, of the Vault Edition. Whoa, Vault Edition, Mr. Vault Dweller? Absolutely not. I'll be sticking with my water gun for the time being. But hey, if the puffs want to slide around with a purple laser jackal PDW, you can be my guest.
I love kids, Charlie.
And this is where my concerns for Activision start to creep in. They took a guy that was very skeptical about Black Ops 6, sold him a dream of really fun gameplay, for me to realize an hour later that they were shilling the same old pay-to-win shit like they always do. This don't belong in a multiplayer game where people have to pay 50 quid to play, so you can shove it up your ass, and I'm going to be getting the game on Game Pass now. Time to kill is a bit weighty, and coincidentally, there's a weapon for people who buy the super duper expensive edition that solves that big issue. Color me surprised. Which is a shame and all because the old progression system is back, which is helping me sort of form an identity with Call of Duty like I had when I was a kid. Fuck the Battle Pass prestige nonsense. I hate that Battle Pass prestige thing with a passion. I hate it. They've also made a step in the right direction by dumbing down the gunsmith for the time being. And let's say for the time being, because I don't know whether they're going to start licking their lips at that too. Because don't get me started on MW3, man. Like, oh, are we serious? You know what? We'll save that for a later day, because oh my god, it just gives me a headache looking at it. It's crazy because this game makes steps in the right directions and then backtracks on other stuff, and it just feels like a massive nostalgia bait again, using look who this is, look who that is, look it's the big logo, and then just misleading everyone. There's now a perk in the game where you can earn your field upgrade like twice as fast, so people just spam trophies everywhere in the game. And why do I now have wall hacks when I spawn in? Oh, that ain't right. Just because I did a Matchington mansion with 3 perks of the same color. And why is tac sprint still in the game when there is already normal sprinting in the game? And why does this game still have 0 identity? And why? Why does the zombies look so fucking ass? Bless them zombie YouTubers, because aside from calling each other groomers and playing the look who's cheating on their wife game. At least one thing is uniting them all now, and it's not their hairlines. It's how disappointing the zombies look for this game. I did not even bother trying whatever this was, and after finding out what Vanguard did, I'm even more glad I never bought that shit. The people were sold a dream again. We're going back to our roots. Ground-based zombies is back, only to showcase how far up in the cloud these developers truly are. Here's one thing, the hood is shit. It doesn't look like it's a separate mode. Why does it feel and look like Warzone? Why is there an armor plate there? Just like Cold War. And also like Cold War, why can we see the health bar as zombies? Why is there no immersion? Why does the map look like a multiplayer map? Why is there an armor plate still there? Why is it possible to be hit 13 times without going down if you have armor plates and jug? Like, how can you fundamentally miss the point of zombies? More importantly, why is there a loadout to begin with, limiting progression? Just spawn in with a pistol. No, I'm not going to put myself at a disadvantage just to prove a point on Twitter. Suck my d. If they don't think it's important for us to start with a pistol in the game, then I'm sure I'm guessed they're right and I won't. Where is that horror that zombies used to have, or let alone a feeling that was entirely separate from other game modes, that is definitely null and void at this point? The discourse at the moment is that the zombies community does not know what they want, apparently, and others are tired of people comparing everything to Black Ops 3 zombies. But the thing is, this version of BO6 seems to offer nothing of any type of zombies. The art style is non-existent. This looks like a site in Warzone. It doesn't have to be BO3. It could look more like World at War, but the thing is, it's none of these things. And what it does feel like is an extension of a gamer that no zombie fan wants to play. Which pisses me off even more because they create all this promotional content like seeing Richtofen once again, hopping all on the nostalgia we had for content that we grew up and felt passionate with, and then they grab the heart, rip it out of our chest, and stomp all over it, masquerading for a fat paycheck from a bunch of gullible nostalgia merchants.
Oh, so you stole my life.
BO6 is probably going to be just about enough fun I can get out of a Call of Duty game these days. I've been a fan of the franchise since I was a little bambino. I used to sit there making COD cutcoms and tutorials on zombie maps, and I won't be disingenuous and say, yeah, that multiplayer was a lot of fun, and actually the gameplay was good. But there are some things they need to address, and when you see them stomp all over zombies like this, and you've already got all these thoughts before the game is already released, you can pull your head back into reality and go, yeah, this is a COD game, this is Activision, is it worth me spending my hard-earned cash on another mediocre game this year? So in summary, measure your expectations. What you might have liked from this beta could be immediately stripped away from you in the coming months. We know what Activision has been on for a while now. We know we can't trust them, and it was ever so clear in the big we're so backification of zombies that we have just seen fall flat on its face. If you're feeling unsure on buying the game, remember you don't have to. They'll do just fine without you. So come back in a few months when the game actually releases to clown on my real review of the game that I'll be playing with my free 3 months of Xbox Game Pass only. Now go, scurry off. I got a 1 of 10 to make.
My quest success, but my life was a mess. Poor Kenny West, no zest, ain't he depressed? Not dressed to impress. Matter of fact, more stress than John Mayer waiting on his ace test.